What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel.
My bad, y'all. My bad. Look, I was on mute the whole time. I'm like, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday, y'all. What's up? What's up? Hey, Rich. What's going on, Ange? Hey, y'all. What's up? Happy Friday. Child, Chance always got to come running in here to say the introduction. Like, little boy, please. Please, not right now, okay? Y'all know they be trying to drag my baby child. But anyway, we are just the happiest that we could be, child. You know, we don't care about any of the negativity, the toxicity. We are just so happy and so blessed on today. And I pray that for each and every single one of y'all. Happy Friday, y'all. I know, child, he been over here screen recording when he play his little video games. Yeah, I might have a future content creator. I'm hoping he'll be my future cameraman. Honestly, I'm like, baby, please just hold a camera like this for my, like, child. He don't want to do it. He don't want that job. But let's welcome the people in. Y'all come on in, come on in. Y'all let everybody know we are live. It's Just Call Me Sammy, and I'm ready to turn the fuck up. Let's go. Y'all already know how I do. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let me turn these off right quick. Y'all already know how we do over here. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Share this live. No. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Come on, y'all. You don't love me, and I know now. Woo. Let's go. No. It's Friday. Hey, let's go. You don't love me, yes, I know now. Hey, let's go. Cause you left me, baby. And I've got no place to go now. Let's go. Hey. No. I'll do anything you say. Hey y'all, happy Friday. Let's go. No. I'll do anything you say, boy. Cause if you ask me, baby, I'll get on my knees and pray, boy. Let's go. Hey. Hey, mommy. Hey, let's go. Tell the people. Tell the people. Tell the people. Tell the people. Hey, let's go. Let's go. You don't love me. Yeah, I knew y'all was grinding. I already know, girls. Let's go. Y'all too busy whining. Y'all can't type in the chat. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Woo. You don't love me. Yes, I know now. Let's go. Hey. No, no, no. I'll do anything you. Let's go. Y'all know that's a classic reggae hit. That song came to my mind this morning, y'all. That's been on my mind all day long. What's up, Unknown Queen in the building? What's going on? Hey, ladies. Shout out to y'all. It's so good to see y'all. Happy Friday night. I was giving Benjamin the night. You know what I'm saying? I know we had some shows scheduled. I was like, oh shit. The Most Hated King is popping out. I was like, I'll move things around. I'll get things moved around. Let him have Friday. Cause he hasn't been, out here like that. So I was like, let me give him the night. And he done, listen. What's up, Mick Smith? What's going on? Happy Friday. Good to see you again. I'm about to drop the link, y'all. We are going to get into some things. It's really just an open panel, y'all. But tonight's topic is about the Captain Save-A-Ho. Y'all know Captain Save-A-Ho, y'all. We're going to get into it. I'm going to read, my little synopsis or whatever. Of course, I have my discussion notes ready for y'all. So let's get into it. So, hold on real quick. I'm going to read y'all what the show is about tonight. We're going to get into some things. But I hope everybody had a great week. Happy Friday. We made it to the weekend. The weekend is here, baby. I'm excited about the weekend. Child, everything I do, these people got. I mean, they just love talking about me, child. I just don't know. Every little thing I do. I'm just trying not to disappoint. I don't want to disappoint anybody. Okay, let me see. Bear with me, y'all. I'm trying to find my notes. I was too busy over here dancing. We was in the groove, honey. We were in the groove. Okay, we did that one. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like. Okay, here we go. All right, so have you guys ever met? You already know, child. It gets crazy over here. I mean, literally, Ange. But listen, I don't have nothing to do with them people. I really don't. But let's get into it, y'all. Have y'all ever met a man or a woman? Because I feel like both sexes can, be a Captain Save-A-Ho. You know what I'm saying? I think it works both ways, me personally. So have you ever met a man or a woman who is constantly attracted to women or men they feel they need to save, fix, finance, protect, or rescue? Tonight, we're talking about the infamous Captain Save-A-Ho relationship dynamic, but we're going deeper than the nickname. Why are some men attracted to women who seem to need rescuing? Does being needed make a man feel more masculine or important? Can helping someone turn into enabling them? And and what happens when the woman eventually doesn't need saving anymore? We're discussing helping your partner versus trying to rescue. Hey, Ben, what's that emoji? Y'all want to do the cougar one instead? Stop. Y'all, come on. Come on. Becoming the financial savior, ignoring red flags because you see her potential, the need to feel needed, falling in love with someone's problems instead of the person, why stable relationships may feel boring to some people, support versus codependency, and what happens when the person you rescued finally gets on their feet. Well, where's Tanika at? Where's Tanika at? Tanika here? Let's get into it, y'all. And ladies, we need your perspective too. Have you ever dated a man who seemed to enjoy being your rescuer? So I want to hear from the ladies who get rescued. Did his support eventually become control or leverage? And guys, this is an open panel. Men and women are welcome. And we're getting warmed up for this Saturday's singles networking night. Y'all already know, meet me here Saturday. Tomorrow night is going down. So let me drop the link, y'all. Let me drop the link and see who wants to come and join me. Uh-oh. All right, hold on. All right, let me see what Ange said. They usually attract users and get dumped in the end. Ooh, users and freeloaders. It's all about control. Oh, y'all sounding off. Y'all, oh, you think it's about control? Well, listen. Let's get started by talking about what actually makes someone a Captain Save-A-Ho. How about we start there, y'all? Let's start at the foundation. So, a Captain Save-A-Ho is someone who helps okay, wait. Okay, no, let me read this the right way. Helping someone financially doesn't automatically qualify. Where's the line between being a supportive partner and repeatedly choosing people whose lives you believe you need to repair? Then we're going to get into the rescuer identity. Some people derive self worth from being indispensable. So I'm going to ask a question, y'all, and I need some participation. Oh, this might be a good poll question. Y'all want to do a good poll question? Let's do. Hey, not today. Okay, not today is. Hey, boo. Long time no see, child. That question is actually deeper than some may think it. I know this is a deep. Oh, dang! Y'all said it can get. Let's get into. Listen, are y'all scared? Y'all scared? What's going on? I'm about to drop a poll. I'm about to drop a poll question, y'all. All right, I need to see y'all vote. All right, wait, should we do a poll or y'all want to put ones and twos in the chat? Because this one is interesting. Y'all let me know. Y'all want to do a poll or y'all just want to vote in the chat real quick? All right, I want to ask y'all. Okay. Hold on. Andrew Stewart, you paid a hefty price. Oh, Empress said vote. Imani, Empress said vote. Because it's a real simple question. We might have another poll question later. I think, okay, I'm going to make an executive decision. Imani will definitely come back with a poll because I know I have another question that I could do a poll. So let's do it first. Would you rather hear, put a 1 in the chat if you would rather hear I need you, or put a 2 in the chat if you would rather hear I want you? I'm out to vote. Would you rather hear 1 for I need you or 2 for I want you? I'm gonna say, okay, Imani. Oh, Empress want to be needed. Oh, okay, come on, y'all. 1 in the chat if you would rather hear I need you. 2 in the chat if you would rather hear I want you. It's a lot of 2s in the chat. Oh, it's a lot of 2s in the chat. Boba said 4. Empress said, need me, baby. Would you rather hear 1 for I need you or 2 I want you? It was a lot of 2s. But look, here go Empress want to put boundaries on it, talking about, but not in a toxic way. Boba said, I need you to wash my clothes and make my dinner, damn it. Okay, Vampy said that. Vampy want to be needed, child. All right, y'all, we about to break this down. If a man says he needs you, you must already know he's going to be dependent. Happy Friday, Vampy. Wait. Ange had to think about it. Ange was like, 1, wait, 2. This is interesting, right, y'all? This is deep. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. It was a lot of 2s. It was a lot more 2s than it was 1s. We had a couple of 1s. All right, so okay, let me see. So now we should explore like potential versus reality. And we've talked about this before. We talked about dating potential before. Why do people date who someone could become rather than evaluating who they're actually dating today? We've already talked about that. Want sounds like it fades. I feel like someone needing you fades. I always want somebody to want me. Shit, you better always want me, nigga. I don't want you getting nothing nowhere else. Better always want everything I have to offer. You better want it. Okay, so now we're gonna flip the conversation. Is there a female version? And I do feel like there is. Angie already admitted to saving a hoe. Women save hoes as well. You know, y'all know them niggas that need to borrow your car while you at work. That's what they be needing. I need to hold your car. Let me drop you off and take your car. Y'all know them kind. The kind that need to come in and stay at your house for a little bit. Need feels a bit more irreplaceable. I don't know. It depends. I don't know, Empress. I like need and want. Yeah, need does. It can sound dependent. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to raise nobody else's child besides my own. Mm-mm. He might say, hell no, ain't no sleepover. Women women frequently talk about trying to build a man. Ooh, financially supporting him, fixing his problems, or believing she can love him into becoming the man she sees inside him. Is that fundamentally the same behavior? Ooh, that asks a very interesting question. And to me, I think it does. It sounds like, so a woman that frequently talks about trying to build a man, financially supporting him, fixing his problems, or believing she can love him into becoming the man she sees inside him, is that fundamentally the same behavior? I'm going to say yes to that. I'm going to say that is the female version of Captain Save-A-Ho. All right, I got a debate question. Who wants to debate? I see people been running around talking about they want to debate. I got a debate. What's up, y'all? Yeah, nah, me either. Right. I don't want to be no niggas mammy. No, thank you. I don't know if she coming back over here. She's welcome, though. She's very welcome. She is very welcome to come through. She wanted to debate Jag, child. It's giving lose. I mean, it depends on what they talking about they need. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let me see. All right. So, does rescuing create an uneven power dynamic? Does rescuing create an uneven power dynamic? And I think in some ways it definitely does. I think that can technically be like a one-sided relationship as well. And I feel like in that type of situation, if someone is doing more or giving more in that type of situation, then yeah, of course well, I don't know about a power dynamic, but I feel like eventually that will build like resentment, animosity, potentially. Um, oh, let me see what y'all saying. Is it ever okay to say no to your husband when he needs? I mean, it depends on what the reason is, Boba. It's like, I mean, if your wife isn't in the mood, then you gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what the situation is. I don't know. Like, who are we to say it's not okay to say no to your husband? Like, Empress says, yes, it does on pouring into the other more. A woman better know what to do or she better stay away from me. John said, okay, yes, if he stays dependent. Mm, we are not. Empress said, we are not machines, Bovis. I believe we all have purpose. Some of us are fixers, so we see potential and help them to grow and improve. Only for that man to end up being, come on, not today. That part. That part. So we see potential and help them to grow and improve. Well, not today. Let me put this comment up. Yeah, this is true. So if one person provides the money, housing, transportation, opportunity.
Mommy,
Hold on
can
one
you
second.
look?
Okay, so if one person provides the money, housing, transportation, opportunities, or stability, can they eventually begin believing they're entitled to control the other person? So if someone is providing everything, can they eventually begin believing they're entitled to control the other person? What y'all think? Boba said the marriage contract says you must obey. Thanks, Imani. I'm gonna tell him you said hey. Most do, especially men. Yeah, men commonly, when they are the provider, can tend to be more controlling. Yeah, maybe. Mm, I don't know what y'all think. Do I know about 28? I know that I've heard it before. I know that I heard it before. I'm gonna look it up. We'll read it. That literally is control. That's what you think? But the Bible says that the man should be the provider. When did it become like a thing of control? When that's their role. Their role is to provide, you know. McSmith said you don't know the game. What game should I know? Um what was I about to look up? Oh, the 2080. Let me see. 2080 relationship rule. The 80/20 rule in relationships states that no partner will meet 100% of your needs. Generally, a healthy partner will fulfill about 80% of what you look for, like core values, kindness, and respect, while the remaining 20% consists of minor flaws, annoying habits, or unmet wishes that you must accept or fulfill yourself. Do we really need like a breakdown like that? I mean, that should already be like common knowledge. I'm just saying. When the Bible says don't eat pig, we are selective. I don't eat pork. Are you talking about me? Mick Smith said my hoes bring me money. I'm just saying that's what the Bible says. Now, do I think that that is how people think? Like currently, no, I don't think people, honor that tradition. What's going on? Charles is in the building, y'all. Y'all know we gotta hear from Charles on the topic. Thanks for coming through. Y'all know Charles gonna grace us with some wise words. He be coming through. I'm about to drop the link again. I thought Ben would like this topic. Where's he at? I want to hear from him. I didn't know what that emoji meant. Let me drop the link again, y'all. Charles is late, so I gotta ask him again. The other question that I asked y'all. We gotta get his perspective. All right, y'all. I forgot what I was asking. Hold on. I gotta get back to my spot. Let me get back to my spot. Let's see. What you laughing at, McSmith? What are you laughing at? I can't believe you guys did not vote for my camping content. Y'all are tripping. I'm doing that stream. I was just asking y'all opinion, but we going camping. We are going camping. All right, hold on. All right, y'all. So, okay, so we talked about control. Um, and that's what's gonna make it so entertaining. That is what's gonna make it entertaining, McSmith. Nothing like a good. We're gonna set the camp up. You know, all the things. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna make some s'mores. Look, Charles said I can't. Exactly. Exactly. That part. The thing is, some of us genuinely feel attracted to assholes. We know it's toxic, but the attraction is there. Like idiots, we still chase them and try to fix them. I mean, that's facts, and that's why, you kind of speak in a general way, not today, but yeah, it's just so funny because I feel like a lot of us have those, behavioral traits or whatever, but maybe some people don't admit it, or I don't know. Um, I mean, you just gotta take shit for what it is. Hey, sis! Look at Nature's Nectar in the building. Hey, girl. Hey, I love you more, girl. Good to see you. I love that photo. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. Yeah, self-reliance is key. That part. That part. That's what I want to do. I want to go fishing. Y'all, listen, we got to get out, have some fun. I love doing outdoor stuff. Um, all right, guys. So after the rescue, sometimes the person who was struggling becomes independent. If being needed, okay, Empress, this question is for you, Empress, if she's still in the building. If being needed was the foundation of the relationship, what happens when they no longer need their rescuer? Because Empress was in here talking about being needed sounds like it's more that there would be more longevity, but no, I feel like a need is temporary. A want can last forever. So what happens when you are no longer needed? Then what? I feel like it's heartbreak. Heartbreak. Then we break up. But what I thought it was gonna last forever. No, not break. Oh my goodness. That is too funny. All right, y'all. So listen, we are getting to the end of this discussion, y'all. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to open it up for discussion, for other discussion? I was saying need in the context of attraction. I was saying want in the context of attraction. When somebody wants you, like that, they want you. I thought this was a great topic, y'all. I feel bad. I don't think he really thought like it was really. Look, we didn't get too deep into nothing. This was really, and shout out to Not Today, because Not Today made some really, really good points. Definitely brought some good perspective. I would prefer a relationship where we are building together. I don't want to feel like someone needs to rescue me. Um, but I would love to just come together with my partner and we build and we grow together as one. You know what I'm saying? If that's possible. I think it just depends on the person that you're in a relationship with. I just look at needs as more permanent than wants, like food, water, shelter is a need. Yeah, I can see that. But that's like our essentials. We talking about when it comes to, you see, you ain't say people is a need. I feel like that's more of a want, wanting someone, wanting, um, but I get it. You make a good point. Make a good point. Tomorrow night, y'all, we got the Saturday singles networking night. It should be fun. We're gonna get into more dating debates and more trivia. It's gonna be fun. Okay, so y'all please be prepared to turn up tomorrow night. Sunday, we're back in the kitchen. We're gonna be cooking down again on Sunday. What did Mick Smith say about me cooking fish? Let me go back up. Sammy making that fish. I made it already. What you mean am I making it? I don't get it. We made the red snapper, y'all, and it was delicious. We should not we should just not go into a relationship expecting a man or woman to complete you, because when he or she leaves doesn't mean you are not completed anymore. It's the epitome of dependency. I love that. That is very, very true. I've never, I don't know, me personally, I don't look at it that way. You know, let me see. Do you want? I think it's safe to say, guys, after this discussion, we're more leaning towards just being wanted, right? And not being needed. Because my final question was, do you want a man or a woman who needs you, or a man or a woman who doesn't need you but chooses you? I want to be chosen. Definitely want to be chosen. I don't want to be needed. I wish we had some male participants, because I have a question for the guys. Males only. Um, oh, let's see what Charles said. Chooses is definitely above both. That part. Charles says most dating centers around consumerism. What the heck is that? Consumerism? You just made that up. Consumerism has two main meanings: a cultural belief that buying goods brings happiness, and a social movement that protects buyers from unfair business practices. So you mean like taking someone out brings happiness to someone? Like, is that how you're saying it's consumerism? Wanting for me, needed sounds like a burden. Okay. Because free will. I was looking for my headset but couldn't find them, so I'm stuck in the chat. Oh man, I meant the first, right, about it bringing them happiness. Okay, that's what I figured. Really? I could see that. I can definitely see that in some ways. Um, I don't know. I feel like it is very necessary to, get to know someone and start building a bond. Like, sheesh, we are just literally losing the art. We are losing the art of courting. What is going on? What y'all think? Are we losing it? Nah, that blueface shit, honestly, the blueface situation, it's like, when does viewership go too far? Like, he's just straight up disrespecting those females. And, you know, I mean, and here's the thing. I know myself as a woman, right? Like, I'ma let you be the man to a certain, okay, I'm going to allow you to be a man and lead me. And, yes, there is some sense of control there, as, you know, I do, want to be able to submit and be submissive and, all of that. However, I know me as a woman, like, my man telling me that he's going to stay with another chick for the night, I would not be able to handle that. Like, I saw a clip where Nevaeh just had that baby and they at home, family time, and he tells her that he is getting ready to go over to hang out with Krishan for the night. Can you imagine? I'm heartbroken for her. Like, I saw her face and you could just see the flush in her face. Like, that's messed up. And you doing it in front of the world, streaming. Yo, I saw this mom is gonna be in hot water. Like, okay, that's a different topic. Let me stay focused. You said we are losing the art of communication. I mean, it don't get more communicative than that. I mean, you want someone to be honest with you. Hold on one second, y'all. What's going on, Charles? How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing? So,
I am doing good on today. Let me
yes,
drop this banner down. Welcome. Thank you for joining me.
no problem. I was saying with consumerism is that most relationships are basically predicated on what women want, right? It's not just one sided. Most dudes hustle or get the money to get out of poverty, but also to peacock or impress women as a whole. That's why I was saying it was based off consumerism. Because even if a dude is dogging a woman out like Blueface is doing with those girls, they'll still stick around because the money is good. At least he's paying the bills usually. Especially with the type of women that Blueface be dating. That's why I was saying that's one example for your question. Hello? Hello, signal?
No, no, no. I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm here. And what I want to say to that is that that's unfortunate. See, that's where the problem comes in at, because he is providing everything. You feel like, well, I just gotta put up with this. What else? Like, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm a little too independent to go for that. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like, damn, like you ain't gotta put up with that shit.
Well, it's not honestly what's it's it's a thing because it's it feeds our algorithms, right? But that's the same thing that somebody granddaddy was out there doing, or great granddad was doing. Had your grandma in one house and babies across the neighborhood. I mean, it's no different. It's still the same consumerism. Because at one point a man could do whatever he wanted as long as he was providing for the family, right?
Mm.
I mean, it's
See,
no
and
different.
I guess it just I just want a respectful man. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that, I would be able to have someone that respects me, respects, has self control too. I think
Yeah,
that's important
well,
as well.
that's what I'm touching on. Because at one point there was a respectful man because he took care of his wife and his children. And he also took care of the children that he had on the side. They never disrespected the house by bringing that drama there. So that's another thing that I'm saying. Due to Hollywood and the way that things are depicted, most women grow up with a Disney look at love. Somebody need to save me, or vice versa. A lot of things are dictated based off what you see in TV or imagination for a lot of young people. You know, because
I
that is
think
the reality.
I think my other issue with this Blueface nigga is that he act a little too sassy for me to be trying to tell, to be trying to act the way that he does. Like, what you think about this nigga, like, just pretending to breastfeed their child? Like,
You
he
saying
plays
my
too,
opinion?
yeah.
My opinion on that situation is, uh, that trying to breastfeed the child is that's not the only thing that he do that's questionable, but that's his kids, and that's just I, even that skin to skin contact instantly before she had time with the baby was kind of off to me because babies need to smell the mama and all that stuff, but to say he's zesty, that's not where I think it is. I think he genuine because I see he genuinely enjoys being with his kids. Well, I thought so until I heard him say, well, if Nevaeh or whatever, however you say that girl name, doesn't follow his rules, he'll abandon her and the child. Because I did see what clips I could catch in between whatever I'm doing. Excuse me, that he spent time with his kids at least. But when he said that, that's when I knew it was that situation where it's dependent on money, and he knows that most of these women are basically around him because he brings them money. But that's the same situation you were talking about. Like, if you gonna save somebody, the person being saved can't tell you how you gonna save them. You get what I'm saying? And even with that, the situation can be like a blue face situation where you never really get a chance because women, after giving birth, tend to favor their children a lot more. That's why they make sure a lot of not blue collar, I'm sorry, a lot of corporate women, when faced with the choice of pursuing their career or raising their children, they always raise their children. So whenever you do hear of older successful women that didn't have any kids, by the time they retire, they have this big house, they have no man and they have no children. They also feel like they wasted their lives. So it's a lose lose direction either way it go for a woman in America. Because the opposite for men is, let's say you didn't have kids when you was younger because you were focused on the grind. Well, a lot of women like older men. So now you're successful. You can have children with a young woman. It's not tilted the same way. Also, I think that was another point that I was hoping you brought up.
What about the um women wanting older men?
Well, no, the way that even if a woman plays uh Captain Save a Dude, or if a guy
Mhm.
plays Captain Save a Woman, it's still not
Mhm.
level. Because even if that woman don't want him, another
Mhm.
woman, usually a friend who was watching that guy close to her, will take that woman and take that dude and do the same thing she was doing and not complain. Whereas with a guy, even if he doesn't do that same stuff, it's still plenty of women. Even mathematically, women outnumber men, especially in America. So
Mhm.
it's not even on that field if y'all do decide to fall in love with the potential. Because the potential is once you build him up, he could still find somebody else once you get tired of him.
Mm.
Mathematically. Mathematically.
Mm. Interesting.
But it was never this the notion of Captain Save a woman or Captain Save a dude. It's only a notion because of consumerism, in my opinion, modern day consumerism, because everybody got bills, or desperation is bred because of the assumption that if I don't pay these bills, or poverty is another. To me, it's a mindset, but it's something that's so real that people feel like they can't escape, or they need the money, or they want
Mm.
their need for it places them in desperate positions. That's how a lot of women end up being pimped out as well, or concubines, basically. Or you have what they call trophy wives, right? They sit at home knowing that their husband got kids with the maid and stuff. Most of that stuff you hear with celebrities, politicians, and all that. because poverty, consumerism, creates poverty, which creates the desperation that creates the situation that you brought up, Captain Save-A-Ho.
Mm. So
So,
let me ask you this because I think you had came in late. What
uh,
are your thoughts on, what was the question that I asked? Hold on. Dang, where is it? Hold on. Oh, okay, so Charles, would you
mhm.
rather hear I need you or I want you?
I want, it's more of a neutral stance, saying that you want me versus you need me. Need implies an
You got a little bit of feedback.
oh, can you
You
hear me
got
now?
Yes, it's better. Let me see. Hi, Lucky. Look who's here. Hey, girl. We
But
getting into some things. Lucky it's open panel, so we having this topic about the Captain Save-A-Hoes. Men and women. No, nothing in particular, but we could also get into some other things, y'all. It's open panel, so come through. Okay, go ahead. So would you rather hear "I need you" or "I want you"?
I would rather hear I want you because
Okay,
need is
so
that's a codependency type of thing. Needing somebody or hearing somebody say that they need me means that basically they won't be able to function whether I'm here or not, which you should have been able to function up till the point I met you at least. But somebody saying they need you is that sounds like some Lifetime series stuff. That's it.
uh, that can be intense.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that either. That's what I say. Yeah, we had a lot of twos for they wanted to be one, and we had a few needs, but then I think a few of the needs ended up turning it into once we kind of dug into the conversation a little more. Lucky, what about you? Would you rather hear I need you or I want you? I don't know if Rich voted on that one either. Would you rather hear I need you or I want you? Y'all let me know. Um, let me see. Oh, there was something else I was gonna say about the blue face thing. Um I think a lot of these streamers are going too far right now with some of the stuff. I just feel like the more views you get, the more money you get. And it just sucks because it's like you don't know what's real anymore. You don't know, um, if people are being genuine, if they're just doing, certain things for, the clout and the views. And it's getting bad out here. It really is. So, like with the Blueface thing, like I see what's going on, but I also see them as content creators, and
Yeah.
I understand what it takes to stay, relevant, I guess.
Well, he definitely got to where he was trying to get back to making money. But most of the women that's around him now also abandoned him when he went to prison. Not to mention most of his homeboys too. And he, you know, I, I think most of the stuff that he's doing is definitely out of spite because he had took care of everybody before he left, only for him to come back out and he's still putting on through symbiosis, right? They were associated with him. So now that he's popular, just like with anything, like, oh, I knew Jaguar, right? Or I knew Sammy. right? I was close to Sammy and I used to talk to her and all this stuff. So you can get on through that popularity. But a lot of this, I believe he had a plan to expose and seek revenge, which go back to that zesty thing that you was talking about. And now it just snowballed into something else to where he has some good clip farmers who end up catching clips that are
Yeah,
controversial, flood
yeah.
the algorithms, and now everybody talking about his situation.
And that's the name of the game. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, you know. So speaking of Jaguar Right, Charles, have you been tapped in, to the last couple of lives lately?
Yes, I caught your replays on that.
Oh shit. So what are your thoughts? I would love to hear from you as a man, as someone. Now, let me ask you this. Do you consider yourself black tea sector or black tea sector adjacent?
Whew. I've ended up in this sector because I was at work and I needed something longer because my podcast had stopped playing because I drive trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up, well, I think I already told you that. I ended up at incoming opinion stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
shouts out to her because, she doing her thing now. But
Yeah, shout out to her. She's a little
Mommy,
upset
I'm
with me
going to
right now.
bed.
so I would say I'm more entertained by it because I don't really pick on sides. I mean, it's definitely people who I will listen to, and it's some who I don't really listen to because of the way they do certain stuff.
I feel you. Well, so what do you think about the pseudo Trevor Green expose that I did?
That's which part though? When you first talked to him when Jag was up here, or the when you got some information?
Well, I mean, you can think like, why
I'll
are
go
you
for the first.
laughing?
I'll go with the first part. When you first spoke to him, I initially I was like, "Wow, that's kind of interesting." I had never heard of him before because, like I said, I do listen to who I listen to, and if I don't catch it live, I catch the replay while I'm working, driving, and whatnot. And my thing was that's a long ass time to remember a lot of details, like you had brought up too.
Talk
Not
about
to
it.
not to mention um the spacing. But then when long story short, when you introduce your information, because I feel like even with the timeline of events, you probably already had the information because that was a little quick. And if you didn't already have the information, then you got a solid team. But the stuff that you introduced showed, yeah, that people can be obsessive. And I learned a new word from Jaguar that I didn't know. I had to Google that. Parasocial.
Oh, really? Okay, you got that from Jack. You know who else says that word a lot? Denot.
Well,
Shout out to Denot.
I don't listen to that guy. Not because that's it. That's yeah. But I had heard her say it. I didn't
Hey,
even know he
Happy
said it.
Life. So let me ask you, when you looked up the word, what did you think about it?
Yes, it's a lot of people like that. Even all the way down to when let's say y'all have beefs, right? People will be definite in who they're going to support instead of it just being like, I mean, ain't nobody really. I mean, we not in no gangs or nothing. Like, I'm not losing money by going to your channel or going to somebody else's channel. Like,
It's
I'm not gonna lose my
crazy.
life or nothing. But I mean, this, some people, a lot of people want to belong to something, and some people don't want to belong to something. And then for y'all who are content creators, y'all are the something that people want to gravitate to, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say that y'all, none of y'all should feel the way y'all feel. Uh, when it comes to the beefs, but I can understand the reactions when it's coming from us. You know, like even with, let's say if you, me, I was a content creator, which I'm not. I don't don't have the patience, but and I was beefing with you. I wouldn't expect my listeners to be harassing you because it's not cultish. It's more weird than anything, because I don't know what none of these people look like, but y'all know what I look like, and I don't like living in paranoia. I got kids too.
Yo, that part. And that's the
But
crazy shit about this shit. Like, niggas know what I look like and everything. And it's just like, damn.
but
But
it's weird because I don't know if a lot of them have kids or have anything outside of just working. But a lot of things are beginning for a lot of people in their lives. They're realizing they really don't have much outside of their cell phones, outside of their follows, outside of their donations to a group, right? Because most of these people probably, excuse me, no disrespect, but a lot of people like this, we grew up seeing them in church. They'll do the same thing to the pastor. The difference is this way is a lot more uncensored and a lot more blatant. And that's the crazy part to me, how you one beef can dictate numbers only because of the parasocial stuff. Like you, I'm obsessed with following and listening to Sammy, so I'm not gonna listen to nobody else because of this, or go to their comment section and let them know that I don't like them. And then when the beef died down, all of a sudden all these people back around, or they have better things to say. It's kind of weird, more so weird than anything else that I've encountered.
interesting perspective.
I mean, I like watching it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't think nobody will be dangerous. But if I was in your position, that's how I would feel. Especially because, you know, I have kids. I have a lot of kids. I have five myself. And no,
Wow.
yeah, so no, I couldn't be in that situation. Especially, if I was in your situation, single parent and one child. I know how I feel about five, but that's spread out across all of them, right? But focus point on one, no, I wouldn't be able to deal with it. Shouts
So
out to you
I
for that.
literally lean on my faith, my protection, my physical protection. But honestly, I lean on knowing that God is protecting my son and I. Honestly. Um, you know, I know that Jesus's crucifixion eventually led to his death, right?
Right.
But I believe that I have so much more to do. And I believe that God is truly, keeping us protected. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna live in fear. I'm here. I'm a real person. And like I always say, no matter what I say or what I do on this internet, that it is free for me to be on and for me to do whatever the fuck I want to do. It does not give a weird ass stranger the right to invade my personal life. I don't care
Right.
what the fuck I do. Unless I'm harming someone, I'm unaliving someone on live, I ran somebody, unless I do something like that, where it's like you need to get the authorities involved, you need to step in and you know what I'm saying? But I'm not
Yes,
doing none of
ma'am.
that.
That's my well. I I like watching y'all sector, or even you being adjacent sector, because I don't know if you've seen Black Mirrors before.
Black mirrors?
Yeah,
That's my show. I love that show on Netflix.
right.
Shout
It's
out
like
to
they
Lucky's
going.
on the stage,
Hey,
y'all.
hey, look, it's like y'all living in an episode of Black Mirrors. It's
I've
the stuff
never
all
seen
y'all
that.
go through.
Damn, now you got me.
Which
Wait, what
one?
is that?
Which one? The one with the when the people were on social media? That one?
That one and the other one is when I forget the name of it, but the black guy that played in dang, what's that movie? Get Out. When he met
Oh
the girl
yeah,
that
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah,
sing,
yeah. And he yes. Oh my gosh, that's a classic. Yo, I
that's
gotta
what y'all.
rewatch that. I gotta
That's what
rewatch that.
watching this sector remind me of sometimes like a Black Mirror
That's
episode.
crazy. That's crazy. That was his breakout role too. But I thought we was talking about Captain Save-A-Hose. How we get
My bad.
over here?
Well, it was an open panel. It just segued into that.
Oh, cause I was like, she asked me a question. I want to get wait before I start. Shout out to Inch. Shout out to Empress Queen.
That part.
Those people that has said what's up to me, I say what's up to you. Okay. Um,
Aw, thank you, man.
Excuse me,
Shout out to
real fast.
y'all.
Somebody said in the comment section, the problem is these days people find comfort in lies. The truth they run from, right? Well, it was in the late 70s, I want to say. There was a CIA agent. I think he was the chief at that time. He said that they'll know that their operations are almost done when the American population doesn't know the truth from a lie or right from wrong. And that was part of the beginning of Silicon Valley, actually. They had been planning Silicon Valley since the early 50s, and the creation of a chat-based bot was in 1960s with Eliza. So even with ChatGPT of today, a chat-based bot, I'm sorry, was already created in the 1960s, and it was introduced into a psychology branch of a college, I want to say. It might have been an actual psychologist giving it to his secretary for the first time.
That's crazy. Well, that's not far fetched though. I mean, I never really looked into the history of it, but that's crazy. And also, shout out to my husband in the bushes. Um, and give him a shout
Hey,
out too.
shout
Thank you.
out to Mr. Lucky.
He's in the bushes. And thank
Period.
you for enjoying my Substack. Y'all subscribe to Lucky Reads a Lot
Yes.
on Substack.
Let me
Okay.
see if I have the link in my
And shout out
thing.
to Empress Queen with the big words, ideological subversion. Like it's 10:42 my time. You like right now, and you gonna have to. I'm gonna have to Google that for a second. Ideological subversion.
That part.
She got a crazy vocabulary.
I'll
Yeah,
look it up real
Okay.
quick.
thank you for that. I forgot the word.
I had to look up consumerism real quick when Charles came up here, child.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look that one
But
up. And then I gotta go grab your link. You
yeah.
want me to read that definition real quick? Wait, you said you was gonna answer a question that I had asked.
Yeah, about the Captain Save-A-Ho thing, and I thought we would that was the topic, so I was gonna put in my 2 cents on that. But since we
Well,
talking about other stuff now, I'm gonna go with
I
s-
asked you, would you rather hear I need you or I want you?
um, it depends. It depends because you know it's a good. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because you know. because there's a difference between, someone being a provider and needing someone to remain dependent on you. You know what I mean? So it's I want you to want me and need me. I can't have both.
You absolutely can. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
why
All
not?
right.
I like
Okay.
that. I can respect
Okay.
it. I can respect it.
I mean, so yeah, I mean, if that's what you mean by, needing and wanting, because I think when we talk about Captain Save-A-Hoes, right? Of course, there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with a man that's wanting to provide, protect, or help a woman that he
Nothing wrong with
loves,
it at
right?
all.
But
Right.
I think it becomes unhealthy when he specifically needs her to be struggling in order to feel valuable in the relationship. That's
Mm.
where the
Ooh,
problem goes.
could I ask a
Because,
question?
okay,
All right. So what if let's take money out of the off the table, right? Let's
uh
say
huh.
it's farming and the
I don't
currency
know.
is,
I don't know anything about farming.
but let's say the currency is just being able to grow the food and feed your family.
Okay, all right.
Would in that situation, everybody can provide for themselves, right? Because all you have to do is plant the seed, make sure you water it, and all that stuff, right? Would that also dictate the provider versus providee, I guess, dynamic? Would that change those want versus need? Because now if everybody's on equal ground because money is out of the picture, because that's what I had said before you came up here, Lucky, that it's just based off
Mm-hmm.
consumerism, that everybody works in the expectation of looking appealing to women. Like nobody likes a thug just because he just exudes what Hollywood said was masculinity for black men, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we take the consumerism out of the money, and providing means that I know how to hunt, I know how to count. Shouts out to Sammy. I know how to fish. I know how to catch the foods, skin it, bleed it, and prepare it and store it. Now we get into a different definition of providing, right? Versus my time being held for ransom, and I just cash app you the money whenever you need it for whatever.
Okay, but to be fair, remember, money is just one resource, right? You know, time, labor, like you said with the farming, knowledge, emotional support, uh, you know, protection, status, you know, I mean, there's still, well, okay, back to the farming, right? So there's still like, mm, I don't think it's based on consumerism though. I think it just happens. I think with, I don't know. I don't know.
What
I
you
think,
trying to say, Lucky?
I mean, can't a woman could still feel dependent on the man, right? And
Mm-hmm.
maybe he could still feel, I mean, because okay, maybe the consumerism, right? It changes what the rescuing would look like in specifically, but it doesn't necessarily create the need to still rescue. So I'm not a farmer, so it's just a hard, I don't know, I can't put myself in a farmer. I can't, I don't know. I'm not even a gardener like that.
Well, I said
So,
that I use that example because prior to money being the main source, a lot of us were already farmers, right? Especially in the South, in parts of the North where you at, right? A lot of people were land owners, and
uh-huh.
we didn't participate in America's money at that time. We had our own form of currency, which was basically barter and trade. That's why I bring it up because I believe that all relationships, not just black people or people of color in America, are being affected by the consumerism, but
Mhm.
it's going to get back to that, whether you want it to or not. And even with these type of conversations that Sammy is having, I
Mhm.
believe it's more so in preparation for the idea because nobody's talking about even the want versus need. That is a consumer based teaching. I want you versus I need you, supply versus demand. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I think you're missing the emotional side of it. Because even if we take out
Well,
the
I'm a
money
man
out of
though.
it,
I'm a man though. And the emotional aspect can only be in intimacy. You get what I'm saying? But the intimacy comes in the time that we spend together. You initially coming out of poverty, you're seeing that I work as much as I do, 70 hours a week. I don't clear nothing less than $1,000 a week, right?
mhm.
Initially, you're not emotional over me. You see me as a way to change your situation. You're not going to be emotional about me until you know me. But if what I bring, what they say in that bullshit as a manosphere, if what I bring to the table is only money as far as you go, then you're gonna compromise yourself to make sure that I don't leave because it's been
Okay, because of the
plenty of
incentive of the money there.
yes.
But what about your hypothetical farm, right? Because you
Well, if
said,
and that's why I said let's strip away the money because even with
um,
farming on a farm, everybody or in your house on your homestead, everybody has a role, and if one person doesn't do what they're supposed to do, then it's not leverage any other way. You get what I'm saying? Whereas if
it's gonna be that means that if one person doesn't do what they're gonna do, isn't that still kind of like, oh, you need me to rescue you, right? Because you cannot function
no,
without that person,
no,
and you
I
need.
can no because you can function without me. In our situation, nobody can function without me because we got death tax. I was the only one able to make that much money because I've been doing what I've been doing for as long. You get what I'm
Okay,
saying? So now you need to
okay.
find somebody just like me, i.e., making as much as I make, versus everybody knows how to farm. Everybody knows how to check the chicken coop. Everybody knows what to do in this area. So if I fall, community comes in and helps until you find a better man. Or you may not want another man
Oh,
because you already know what to do. That's why I'm saying all of this is based off consumerism.
hmm. I see what you're saying. Okay, that's fair.
And most problems in America, divorce is led because of money and then
Mm-hmm.
infidelity. But even with that, because I make enough money, I could feel entitled to step out of my relationship because I know
But
you're here for the money. I don't
but
feel
when
that way.
you
I'm just saying that.
but when you're doing the farming and when you're doing the farming, right? And you're just making food to eat, right? Don't you have to like build a home and live
And
and cook
that's where
the
the
food and
provider
stuff?
part, that's where the providing part
So
actually comes
s-
in.
so you're still gonna need to do some kind of training, trading. You're still gonna need to do some kind of bookkeeping. There's still gonna be some kind of something there because you're not just doing one thing on the farm, right? That's not, I mean, I get what you're saying, but there's still
That's
gonna
where
be some
everybody is
sort of
participating. That's what I'm saying.
consumerism going on.
No, well, not
No,
consumerism.
but
It's
two
trade.
people
It's
running a
trade.
farm.
No, it's trade. because you might have something at your homestead that I need, but we don't have any money, or I'm poor because I'm trying to dry the lumber for my house right now, right? But you needed
Mhm.
help, I don't know, laying, putting up a roof. I know how to
Mhm.
do it, but I needed some eggs until our chicks are big enough to give to hatch eggs, right? But see, right there, I get instant. You get to see all of it. There's nobody taking anything out. There's me. I don't have to work overtime to get extra. We agreed on the exact amount of eggs. You got your roof, right? And now you know
Mhm.
that I can do it, and I'm close, and a familiar face because we're in the same community.
Mhm.
All of, even with the money, the money is it's just
I
an agreed upon medium. It's
I don't
imaginary.
think
It's
I
imaginary, really.
no 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 no. I don't think it's I still no because at the end of the day, every one person is not gonna know how to do everything. That's just impossible. You need a team of people to do everything
That's
to
what I said,
make the
Lucky.
same amount of.
That's what I
That's what
said.
you're saying.
Yes, I bring my
But
part. You
but
have another
but
part.
the Save-A-Hoe is not based on consumerism though. I would say it's
Yes, it
based
is
on
because
I,
even in
I
that
would say it's
situation,
based
I
on no, I would say it's
go
based
ahead.
on
I'm sorry.
transactions
And
and
transaction is
exchanging
what?
the transaction, but not necessarily consumerism.
But in that situation, I come to the table, NBA player.
Keep talking.
You just
Okay,
you
I
just were
understand this.
you just were beautiful. I get you pregnant. You don't want me no more. Now you want child support.
Why
You
wouldn't I
needed
want you anymore if
you
you're a
need you
wealthy
needed
NBA
it.
player? It makes sense.
You didn't know me. How would
Okay,
you
so
know?
now I know you. So you saying are you saying know you or know you like in the biblical sense? Because how I know you and then I get pregnant.
Well, that's how you got pregnant because you wanted to know me in the
No.
biblical sense. But that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But the
All
whole
right.
basis of, at least from what I gathered from what Sammy said, she can tap in. But
But I'm still
the
gonna want to be with you as the wealthy NBA player, even with the child. Like what?
that's you. That's you. But it's still based off the wealthy. Notice you emphasize the wealthy. You don't emphasize the NBA player or the Charles or the person. You still
Hmm.
emphasize the finances. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, someone says, Lucky, don't look at it as if I'm the person that he is talking about. Okay, I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try not to.
Because the thing is, we live in, like, somebody, I forgot who, but they said in the comment, it's all a lie. Most of it is actually credit. You're in debt all the way up to your eyeballs, and you're just circulating the debt, right? But it looks like you can provide. A lot of women don't go in and say, "Well, I'm gonna give a child to this man that could barely afford a cup of ramen noodles. I'm gonna give a child to a man that can provide." And usually, provide means I can get up and go buy diapers, clothes, food, and I can put a roof over their house and pay the bills, right? On time. It's
Okay.
not providing in today's sense. It's all about finances. That's why I said let's strip the money away and let's put it in farming. Now providing is all about my knowledge of self-reliance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is consumer based. With the
Okay.
farming, it is trade based. It is something that I've been doing since I was little. So you know that I can do this.
Right.
Here, I have to make sure it's, even if I love it, right? Let's say I like animals. Veterinary is not going to be able to afford 5 children being a veterinarian unless I'm an exotic veterinarian. Let's say I don't like them type of animals. I still have to do it because at least I get to work with the animals. But because they're exotic animals, I could dictate the price, right? I have to
Okay.
compromise myself in order to look appealing in this type of society.
How are you compromising yourself by dictating the price if they're working with exotic animals?
I like
They're
all
exotic.
animals at the. I,
Uh
I think you get what I'm saying. Like,
huh. I'm just trying to. I get what you're saying. All right, fine. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Before you start talking about more farming and homesteading things I'm not familiar with. Um,
Oh, thank you for the gift, Cindy.
all I know is the
They are
dollar.
agreeing with Charles. They agreeing with Charles in the chat.
All I know is the dollar and the supply and demand. That's it.
well,
Mm.
money single-handedly, this is the leading cause for a lot of things that we have going on now. And I hate to say this, because my mom was single for a little while she was raising, my sister and I. But a single mother paying bills by herself, that's no disrespect, okay? But in my opinion, that shouldn't be a thing. Is you can't. I don't think that. No disrespect, okay? But I don't think that juggling all of that and then coming home and the house got a problem and you still got to make sure the kids eat is just too much for one person. And money has probably been the leading cause for arguments
I hate
since
to interrupt. I'm sorry, but I left your comment up there so he could see it. But they asking if you have a channel, Charles.
oh no, no, no.
I don't think he's trying to do that. He's just one of our wonderful panel guests. When there's a good topic, Charles is here.
I
Charles, what
had
is up with that avatar? Please explain that. I can't.
oh
It's distracting
I
me.
think you already know because you was in incoming's last thing. I be on YouTube looking at anime. That's an anime
So
character.
who
That's
is this?
from Bleach, Mayuri.
I don't know
He's like
anything about that.
his greatest
Okay.
quote. One of his greatest quotes is "Perfect is born." Right? You don't never want anything to be perfect because then it can't get better. And
Okay.
I like that quote. But
Okay.
back to what we was talking about. The money
All
thing
right.
is the money thing is it's created this desperation, mostly in women, and it's just places women at a disadvantage, especially when you start having children, and then don't let you have the notion that I'm not gonna never end up like my mama, and then you have a bigger problem on your hand.
Hmm. That's true. I mean, I can't argue. I have nothing to add to that. I have nothing to add to that.
Not today is really enjoying his commentary. Empress Queen says it's consumerism under patriarchy and capitalism. Your men's system eats itself alive. The Save-A-Ho wouldn't be like this in an egal. Ooh, what kind of word is that?
Egalitarian.
Egalitarian system.
Well, this isn't capitalism in its truest form. That's when they got done with the mariners because my great grandfather used to be a mariner, and this is crony capitalism. Actually, it's borderline socialism. I want to say outright socialism because even when DT flew over to see Xi Jinping, he brought the number one tech leaders in tech with him to negotiate with China, right? So you have a form of crony capitalism that borderlines socialism. And it doesn't matter who's in the office because they don't get to say what's going on anyway, because it was co-opted way before that. I want to say about JFK time because of what his plans were. Like all this stuff that's going on now is just a rehash. But to stay on topic, sorry about that. The form of economics we have now is known as crony capitalism, based off a dying fiat system, actually. And a reset is on the verge, especially with the introduction of tariffs into the taxes directly for the consumers. No, I've never written a book.
I think Empress Queen needs to be up here.
Oh, this intellectual look, I did not expect. No, it's great. I didn't expect for it to go that route, and I'm loving
Empress
it.
Queen needs to hit the link.
Y'all are giving a whole different perspective to the topic for real.
But
Not
she's still right. Either way it goes, she's still right though. In the true economy, there wouldn't even be the problems that you having in this sector, Sammy. It's always keeping up with the Joneses on every level. We
Talk about it. Get into that.
well,
yeah, can you break all those words down a little bit? Like
am I into philosophy? Nah, I just read a lot.
nah,
I think
like
I
I
touched
need
on that.
Empress to translate. That's what I need you for. Because I had to Google a whole bunch of stuff just now. I had to Google crony
I
capitalism. I
had
had to Google. My Google tabs is on fire right now.
Well,
I
Like
had the
a
I'm
good
trying to.
other I
a
had the
good
Just
way
other
to
definition of. We'll come
a
back to
good
that one.
a good way to explain your government is imagine a whole pack of wolves, right? We'll say about 8 wolves, right? Now imagine 4 sheep, right?
okay.
Everybody's voting on what they're going to eat. This is democracy, right? The wolves win, so we're going to eat the sheep. It's just an illusion. Most of this stuff is an illusion. Um, it's been exposed plenty of times, but what
Wait, wait, wait.
every,
He
Wait.
breaking it down, boy.
Okay. So you said that we're having a democracy, right?
supposedly,
And okay, but you don't
No,
think it's a
no,
real democracy.
no. He
no.
said if it was one way, it would be a democracy. If people voted on what they should eat, that would make it a democracy.
Well, I was
Okay.
showing you that the wolves represented the politicians. It never matters what you vote on. Perfect example because all of us. Well, I know I'm the youngest one up here right now, but remember when the Twin Towers came down, right?
Okay.
That same bill, the Patriot Act, was already there from 4 years before. Okay, you remember the Civil Rights Act, right? Prior to Martin Luther King walking, it was there 4 years before him too. So it's not about Democrat versus Republican, right? It's about how fast do y'all want to see the change that they're trying to get you to. Because if people are saying that America's government is the greatest government in the world and it's based off democracy, well, Rome was a democracy too. What happened to Rome?
I don't
It
know.
crumbled. It fell
Okay.
from the inside out.
Isn't Rome still up though?
Well, Rome, I get into arguments with people in the
Isn't it
history
still
system.
around?
That's not the real Rome. But Rome, to me, based off what I've seen, I think it was just like a thought experiment. Because, uh,
What do you mean?
it,
Roman
okay, so
still Roman
you have to.
still
I'm gonna show. I'm gonna use this as an example because I don't want to get into history, but I'm gonna answer your question, right? The first ones to touch on American soil were the Spaniards, right? Spaniards have a different telling of history of what they found here than what the English had. The only difference is that the Spaniards' version of history isn't considered because of the English were mass producing the books, right? And the first one to
Okay.
put it in paper got to name ownership.
Okay.
But if you look at Spanish history, basically the El Andalus, the seat of power at this time before 1492, you get a different telling of what Rome was. And El
Okay.
Andalus, it sounds Muslim because it was Muslim. And even when you
Okay.
talk about all this, you get a different version of history. I'll just say that. And you get a different look at Rome. You get a different look at the definition of a slave slash
I
Slav.
can I can definitely believe that. I could definitely believe that.
So I
I could
look
definitely
at
believe that.
those, let alone, Rome may not be what we thought it was. It's probably the beginning of propaganda, though.
Okay.
They perfected it in Germany, then they brought it to America.
Okay. Okay. With the Hitler situation. Uh-huh.
Well, if that was the way that it went,
Mm-hmm.
because Jesse Owens was over there, and Jesse Owens has a different story of what he went through when he was over there. Let alone the same person who snubbed him needed Booker T. Washington's help in picking, you know, ordering America. But that's why I said I don't want to get into history. But yeah, I forgot what we was talking about. Oh, yeah, Rome may not be real if you go back and look at it through chroniclers outside of that area because you began the Reconquista. The Reconquista began the destruction of everything that was black. That's why you had this term like modern man. Did you ever type in what a pre-modern man looked like? Type in what a pre-modern Korean looks like, or pre-modern Chinese, pre-modern Japanese, modern man, modern time, modern modern. Excuse my country twang, but that's when you start to see a difference in what people look like.
I'm sorry, Nathan.
Okay. Okay. I don't, you know what? Can we put a pin in that?
Hmm. Hmm.
And before I swerved it back to the topic, what was y'all talking about? Cause I heard Jaguar right. Can we get
He was getting ready. He was breaking down. Oh yeah, he was giving us what he thought about the Trevor Green expose.
Okay, okay, cause I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole,
Yes,
and
it's a big one. It's a
I feel
deep one.
like I'm going down a rabbit hole, and it's just like
You're not ready.
yeah, it's not sinking in, and I feel like I'm gonna ask too many questions.
Well, I tried my best because I did say this on Sammy's panel that at one point I I had to take time to relearn a lot of things, and
That's true.
once I realized that life wasn't as easy as my parents made it look, I had to learn a lot of things, even all the way up to this BS alien stuff. And I don't like to talk about that one public because
But I
a lot of
do like
people have emotions tied to that.
I do like the fact that you said that the way the parents made it look, but I do
Mhm.
believe in their time, in our parents' time, that things were might have been a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of debate over whether it has been, a little bit easier for them,
Right.
back then than for us now. What do you think about that?
Give me 1 second. I gotta get my charger.
Well, Sammy, what do you think about that? Do you think it was easier for the previous generations, than for us now, or what do you think?
I don't know. I think it depends.
Like when it comes to like living, getting that American dream with the white picket fence.
I kind of talked about this, if I'm not mistaken, I kind of talked about this in my live this morning, and I think it depends on us as parents. It depends on what our parents did, and what we're leaving behind, what we're teaching our children. I think that it plays a major part in.
What I want to touch on was not Sammy. I'm sorry. What Miss Lucky said. The American dream. Well, the American dream is taught to black and brown kids is completely different than what white kids are taught.
See, we want to hear
Basis.
what you got to say, but it's like you underwater or a robot.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's not really your fault.
I was all the way downstairs. That I think that's below ground. But the basis of the American dream, even when the beginning of it was love something and the pursuit of happiness. Originally, he wanted to put in the pursuit, and this began the massacres that went across America. See, America had been trying to get that monetary system that I just talked about off the ground about, I want to say 3 or 4 times. We had one, right, one depression.
Oh, Charles, you saying something really good, but the signal, something going
Good
on.
evening, Judge Shady.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Ye-
very
Yeah,
clear. Ooh, I
What
don't know
about
what's
here?
yeah.
going.
I don't know, Charles. You might have to
Come back
like
in.
refresh the
I'm
stream,
not
or
sure. It's like when you went to go get the charger. I don't know.
even a
You
little bit
went.
before then. He
Hold on,
been
Okay.
trying to
let me
cook.
try hooking up to the Wi-Fi. I'm using my data.
Oh, that's what it is. It's a Wi-Fi issue.
Yeah, connection issue. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nathan. I was exhausted last night. Now he sound like computer love. Zapping Roger. Hey, Chris. Chris said, "Hey, Sammy, we're not used to this kind of intellectual See, they thought this was going to be like a look. Y'all heard Ben over there talking about somebody told him it was about.
Can, is this clear? Am I clear
I
now?
think that is better.
Okay. I forgot where I was. The American dream was always predicated on taking land. That's another reason why Martin Luther King was so mad.
Dang,
You can hear me still, or no?
it's like it won't let you be great
Uh,
because we want to hear you, but it's just like
Let me try a different spot in the house.
I'm
It's
sorry.
it's an old construction. They probably still got copper pipes above my head. You can hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah, that bottom floor.
I think
Okay.
that's
Okay. So that's another reason why Martin Luther King was so mad because they began mechanizing farming, and most of your farmers today are generational, working hand in hand with the government. It was all about taking land, and at a point we were the biggest landholders, but the American dream has always been about taking. So we can't say uh, for us to live the American dream because ain't none of us out here taking nothing. Y'all still there? Or did I lose signal again?
nope. You good.
Oh,
You good. Clear. We here. Okay, so that was to Lucky, right? You were responding
yes.
to what she. Okay, now get back into what you were saying. in regards to the sector situation and what you're seeing?
Oh well, the keeping up with the Joneses part was usually is that's usually what it is. Hate in general comes from. Y'all ain't grow up watching them hood movies. Like Belly was one. The whole reason why the operation failed was because that guy got jealous who was chewing on a banana. Uh, what's that other movie? In no, not In Too Deep. But the basis of all hate is just keeping up with the Joneses. Like somebody see you single, working two jobs and hustling, still doing what you gotta do. Well, how come she get to do that? Or how come I can't do that? I mean, I don't care what they say. I ain't no creator anyway. Doxing me is gonna be boring as hell. So, truth be told, that's really where most of it come from. Hate
That's
towards
what we
you,
think. That's
and
what we think, but these people will make up stories. They'll add shit. You know,
fresh.
you'll
That's
think
it, fresh. Oh, sorry.
no, that's okay. Yeah,
And
you.
even when because they said that I Candy was bragging. She wasn't bragging for the longest. Actually, for a while, she kept all that what she had hidden. It wasn't until people wanted to know because of parasocial, I think was the word, relationship, and
Parasocial.
they started searching up her stuff, and then found out that she had what she had, and then all of a sudden, it was like it flipped from night and day, no pun. But then all of a sudden, people had a problem with her. I mean, I know
That's crazy.
that it looked bad. But truth be told, everybody in this sector, if y'all were to just leave, well, not you, Sammy, but if everybody in this sector was to leave and go into another sector, y'all would actually, everybody would actually thrive. Even trees.
Well, I left, so
Yeah,
you
that's
know
what
they
I'm.
just
Well, of
they
course.
holding on to me.
Like I'm not saying nothing to disparage anybody, but you're gonna go as far as you can imagine you can get. If you limiting yourself to just arguing or looking into what somebody else got every day, shoot, that's just what you're gonna consume yourself with. I mean, it ain't no shade, cause I ain't
It's
losing.
facts though.
Hmm?
I said it's facts though. You ain't lie.
'Cause in my opinion, even though I don't listen to a lot of the people here, they still do good work. I mean, to me, I guess it's everybody's pretty much entertaining. Even I know what's his name, OKP.
Uh huh.
When he
I heard
actually
him.
is angry and he's
Hey.
talking, oh yeah, he got some good. He's real good, but you know, just sitting in this and attacking each other back and forth. I mean, if it's not going to escalate past the computer, then you pretty much wasting your time. Even calling somebody job. If you've been there for a while, I'm pretty sure ain't. I mean, I nobody's going to fire you over something you
First
doing on the
of
internet.
all, it was like it's like you calling like you trying to snitch on a kid or something.
Yeah,
Like
but
it's crazy.
and that was something else I wanted to bring up to that topic with the saving somebody. Do y'all have you guys ever considered delayed development when it comes to relationships though? Where for a lot of people, um, they felt like high school or their childhood wasn't worth it, and so they're trying to live it out in their adulthood, and that
I
could
can
actually
definitely
be a
believe
problem
that.
because I've had conversations with people way older than you guys, and they don't know anything about anything. But they do know how to crack open a case of beer. They know how to get the party started. But I believe that's another problem as well, delayed development or they just stop growing after a certain point,
Mm,
intellectually and emotionally.
lucky quiet. I hear you though.
Because, well, I don't know. Whew, in my opinion, a lot of things in the America that I grew up in, because I'm 37, but the America I grew up in creates so many safety nets. I don't think any of us really know what it's like to be independent, so to speak. I mean, I don't. Well, yeah, I do. I do have things, programs I qualify for, as well as most of us in here, actually. So even when we say we independent, there's still so many safety nets because of government interference. But true independence, I can't say that I know what that is in its entirety. But are
Really?
we?
What makes you say that?
Well, when I was going to cap it off with, but are we actually supposed to be living independent, or is that another one of those commercialized image? And the reason why I say that is because family is supposed to be the basis of everything, as well as community,
That
right?
part. We should not be alone. That part.
Yes, nobody should be alone. Um, I have a big extended, or a big nuclear and extended family, and if which is rare, but if I'm ever strapped for cash, I can call one of my brothers or sisters, or even my mom or my grandma. But I think that we lean too heavy into this uh independent mind. Basically that BS about pulling yourself up by your bootstrap. Because the rich didn't do that. They didn't pull themselves up by their bootstraps. But we're supposed to get brownie points or some type of social status by saying I did this by myself. Where truth is nobody did anything by themselves. You know, you weren't even born by yourself. Somebody
Come
had to help
on.
you get here.
Hmm. And we gotta be careful taking all that credit, and not giving credit to God and, you know,
Mama, sugar mama,
right. Yeah.
everybody.
And
But
those that helped you, yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, y'all got any more questions?
Let me see.
And
Yeah.
I was gonna
Go
say that I had
ahead.
considered creating a channel back in the past, but
Hmm.
the time that it would take, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't, I don't think a video form would do well for me. But sitting down, talking to people, and answering questions based off what I research might be a lot better than that. And apparently, you got to get up to like 1,000 followers or 500 followers, and I'll forget the password to to the channel doing something like that. But I wouldn't even know what type of material to teach to people or introduce to people if I was to start a channel. That's why I don't have one,
Yeah.
because you got to stay with content. Basically, the problem that we all got now, content. We consume a lot of content, a lot of
Hmm.
mediums. But what was the next question?
Let me see. Let's see what the chat's saying. The rich people stole the bootstraps. Charles, have you ever heard of nose confunding?
No,
Not today said me and my siblings all bought a plot together and built our houses. It's the wisest, most cost effective decision we ever made. Yeah, that's cool.
no.
That
I
is
took
really
a,
cool.
I took a L. Well, not really a L, but I came back to Georgia. I was living in California before this, but
Hmm.
all my family's out here in Georgia, and that's the plan for us to do next year. And basically build a compound. My mom, I have five, no, so I'm sorry, six siblings that want to do it, and my grandma is going to be there. And we're looking at about 40, 50 acres, but that is a good plan. And not just that, I could start by pooling money together and buying the land adjacent around across the street because that's where the actual wealth is in retainership, not in liquid. Retaining something. What would
Is
be
Lucky
uh,
still here with us? Lucky. Let me find out Lucky. Oh, Lucky ain't fall asleep. Let me see.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. He
Mhm.
dropping that knowledge, boy.
I'm here.
So what you think, and you have anything you want to add or any questions for him?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay, okay.
Mm-mm.
I think it's a great perspective, and I really appreciate you speaking on it.
hey,
I can confidently say that I have no desire. I'm not even a bit interested in anything about that sector. Like, I have seen enough. I think that I've gone through, enough, and enough is enough. You know what I'm saying?
hey
And
man.
you know, um, yeah, I wish them all the best, man. It's whatever, you
Yeah,
know.
I think that eventually when they get sick and tired of being tired, all of them still grow. I mean, I'm being for real. Like nobody sucks over there. You really get a flavor of who you wanna, who you gravitate to because it's that many options. But backbiting and all that is gonna always stop your grind because you standing around looking at what somebody else doing. But I get where you coming from because it is all about business for you when you get on here.
Facts. I mean, heck yeah. And it's no disrespect. I think, oh, you brought up a great point, and I wanted to say that that was actually the title of my level up morning on Monday. I, People are so emotionally invested. I
Yeah.
mean, you should see the comments that I get from complete strangers, like just trying to tell me about myself, and like, yo, they are just invested like and I'm just like, yo, I don't care. Like, and it's like they want you to care. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, thank you, Judge Shady.
I like those shows too, but this
Thank
I
you,
don't know.
man.
I wouldn't have the patience to deal with it, but like I
I don't
said, to
feel
give
like I'm
context.
dealing with anything. Honestly, I think at first the bullying and stuff, like it kind of bothered me, but then when you start going through the motions and stuff, like, right, like now where I'm at now, y'all heard Ben. Y'all heard Ben. He peaked it. Like where I'm at now, I'm just like, yo, fuck what they're talking about for real.
Well, I wonder what people gonna do if they finally get what they've been pushing. Yo, social media presence attached to your digital ID. That's what they've been trying to get people to accept.
Really. And
And
what
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 you
do-
think?
what does that look like? What you mean?
Oh well, Charles Williams. That's my actual name, but it'll have my actual face. It'll have my actual address. It'll have my actual job. And it'll have my actual everything about me attached to it. So from there, I can't hide behind the profile picture that I got on there. So what happens when we strip the anonymity away? Sorry, anonymity away. You can't be anonymous no more. And they're pushing for it, and they're going to get it real soon. And they're going to introduce it the same way they introduce everything else. Well, don't you want to
Mhm.
keep kids safe?
Talk about it.
Don't you
Talk.
want to keep don't you want to keep your kids safe? Well, my kids up until a certain age can't even have a tablet by themselves. Like, and that's another thing I want to. I hope you touch on one day.
Yeah, yeah.
When are adults going to actually be adults? Right? I don't need the school to tell me what my child is going through at school because I talk to my children. I talk to all of them, from my 18-year-old all the way down to my 4-year-old. I talk to them about everything every day. I'm busy because I'm in that truck, right?
Hmm.
Why do I need you to make sure that my child is okay? I need to make sure. Why do I need you to teach my child about life? I need to be doing that. Why do I need you to keep them safe? That's my job, right? So
Hmm.
it's like, who, when do we even have adults at this point, you know? Because you're counting on somebody else to teach your child about sex. You're counting on somebody else to teach your daughter about her
See,
body.
no, nope, I'm not. Not at all, because I don't know what the hell or how you teaching my kid about sex. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
that's what the schools are offering you. But that's what I'm saying. Like, are we even technically adults because we count on people doing everything else for us?
See, not me. No, I'm very hands on, very involved. I communicate a lot with my teachers, with my son's teachers, and other, support that he has. But unfortunately, some parents do just send their kids off and they are not involved like they should. And
Exactly. But
it really should be a partnership.
that's a casualty of our children's are casualties of consumerism, and that's a, you know. But that's a whole other topic. I hope we can get on that with your open panels. But
That'll be
e-
good.
even with adults, like, can we even classify most people as adults if they
Exactly.
all
That's
are always counting on somebody to do something? Like, police at one point was the last call because you
yeah.
handled it yourself. I forget the president, maybe Empress knows, but he said the words that you never want to hear from any government official is, I'm the government and I'm here to help." You know, it wasn't until Jimmy Carter that they became the first response. You were actually supposed to be the one that kept your house safe, and
Mm,
all of a sudden that's gone. You know, so are we technically adults if we can't even provide our own safety, right? Without calling somebody else and hoping they show up. Because don't let you live in one of them areas where they won't send the police until 2 hours later, or if it's dark, they won't send them until the next morning.
mm, hmm. I agree, Nathan. I feel like some parents have gotten lazy. I agree.
Well, it's not lazy, it's exhaustion.
That's a good point. That's a good point because, yeah, I mean, we get up. It's just a never ending cycle. You get up. God knows what time in the morning. Get yourself together. Get to work. You gotta get the kids together. Get to work. You working. That's physical exhaustion.
Mhm.
Um, could be emotionally exhausting as well. And by the time you get off end of the day, you don't typically want to be bothered or something. This is
Mhm.
true.
And don't let you have children like mine. You gotta go up to that school. You gotta talk to somebody, or you gotta talk to them. But you're exhausted. And like a lot of people, not like the example that you're saying, right? I'm talking about for
Mhm.
people that view kids as accessories. Oh, I need somebody to raise my kids, or I need help with the children, and blah blah blah. I'm not talking about like a postpartum type situation. I'm talking about
Mhm.
a serious, like, I don't want to be involved with this child. They need to hurry up and turn 18. Those are the kids that are going around your kids, though. You know, these are the
Right.
kids that's influencing your kids. And are we supposed to blame them when certain acts happen? Or are we supposed to blame the parents? I forget the case, but I saw there was a case where the child had stole his parents' car and caused a car accident. They arrested the parents instead of the child this time.
That
And
is
I
how
think
old
that
was the child?
I think he was like 15, 14.
I
And I
forgot the
think
name of the law, but that is accurate.
but I think that should be the standard course. If your child gets locked up for a crime, you should be locked up as well with them,
Yeah,
because a lot of these things are actually starting in the home. It never
that's
should have
right.
got to a point where a lot of people are afraid to fall asleep with their child in the house. That's crazy to me. Or you have to close the door and lock it because you don't know what this child gonna do to you. But is that parenting, or is that just existing with somebody until, right?
I'm sorry, Charlie. Say that again.
You should never be living in the house with your child and you're
Hmm.
afraid what they might do to you when you go to sleep.
Oof, that part. That part. Man, listen,
But
I can't do
I don't know. But I hope we get to talk about something like that on your panel,
it. Okay,
because
I like that. Uh-huh.
a lot of the generations prior to us were just handing down work, and now people trying to figure out, well, what the hell is going on? And nobody knows what is going on because we don't know what the last generation knew. Right now, very much so. Rights are being stripped, no matter what color you are.
Mm.
If you can see them throughout the day, their rights are being violated as well. Um, Surveillance has already started. Your government is already fundamentally shifting. It's not supposed to be as big as it is in the first place. But
Oh, hey, Texas baddie.
a lot of the
Thank
things
you.
that's going on now are going to affect those kids. These same kids that's graduating from Harvard with a third grade reading level. That's crazy. Yeah,
Mm.
you're pushing kids back into slavery. Most of Europe was the way it was because it was illiterate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where most of America is about to head.
Hmm. Baby.
Graduating from Harvard with a third grade reading level. That means you only understand the first 7 years of life. That's the perspective that you're looking at the world at the age of 29. That's not crazy to you? These are the same kids that's going to be doctors, police officers,
Come on.
judges.
The next up. This why I'll be like, what the fuck are they talking about? That part.
But hey, you got people saying that the kids is not my problem. It's not my problem. I don't know. Well, I do know, but I hope we end up having an open discussion because I would like to hear the perspective from women. Because, y'all, the front lines, y'all see it before we do. I hear about what the kids did from their mamas, and then I got to come in and deal with it. gotta be law. What is it? I gotta be bad cop all the time.
That's
Empress
funny.
Queen, you are
So
so right.
you blame the boomers?
Not just the boomers. I blame the silent generation too. What were you saying, Sammy? Hello?
My bad, my bad. I didn't
Uh,
realize I was muted. The boomers still hold on for dear life to their positions and won't let the new wave in. Man, I tell you, indoctrination.
well, I want to. Well, I know you about to hop off because conversations tailoring off. I wanted to just introduce this to most of the people in the chat, right? A
Mm,
couple of the executive orders that was signed when DT first got in the office was aimed towards heavy military grants, right? Funding, basically. And most of it was built around the notion of what they call pre-crime, or um, I'm gonna call it free range slavery, where your social media presence is basically going to dictate if you're capable of doing a crime. Surveillance, basically, right?
mm,
Now, when people say that we're losing all these programs, a lot of these programs weren't even supposed to be there from the beginning. John F. Kennedy was trying to get rid of them. That's another reason why he ate a bullet, right? No disrespect to the dead. But most of those organizations that DT began dismantling he was dismantling CIA fronts. Okay, because most of your economy is actually fed off the money. Frank Lucas showed you that in American Gangster. Most of that money that Frank Lucas was making for them, it built up your Silicon Valley. It built up your Hollywood. That's why you ain't got no good movies coming out no more. It was all being propped up for them to get this data farm. Now, where did they get the idea for this? Well, I suggest people research IBM, a certain church that talk about saints that come latter days, and yeah, that should be a good starting point because they wanted all this information so that when those same boomers that Empress was talking about begin to pass away, it could become a smaller government, but you're still being ran by a system that your kids won't even be able to fix if they get locked in the house because most of these luxury apartments are on top of each other and they have automatic locks, biometric locks. Now, if that goes haywire, your child is locked in there or you're locked out of your apartment, right? But it was supposed to be a better form of free range slavery because the original form of free range slavery was, oh, you can live anywhere you want. You just got to make sure you fill out this paperwork, update your mailing address, and blah, blah, blah. It wasn't as efficient because they didn't have the technology that they wanted back then or they needed back then. Have I watched the movie? It does that say Dark City? Yes, I watched that movie. But the thing is, ultimately, that it's going to be free range slavery. They already are accustomed, getting your children accustomed to looking at uh, jails because the same people that build those penitentiaries build the schools. Automation is basically stripping most of the stuff, and your economy is being tanked on purpose so that they can introduce a new system. Do I think that the system will work? Well, it probably would have if we had the electricity for it. And that's going to be a problem real soon, too, because our grid is aging as well as it is vulnerable. Per the, I want to say, National Defense putting out a warning of possible electrical problems across the Northeast and Southwest
well,
because
that's the grid they be talking about, right?
The who?
Like some kind of a grid.
Yes, well, it's all connected. The only place that's not connected directly is Texas. Yeah, Texas is the only
Mm.
place that fed into their infrastructure. But the Southeast actually out here in Georgia, I want to say a couple of months ago, they got a nuclear plant that they have that's running. So I know the Southeast would be good, but that type of stuff is going on. And just like you said, the parasocial stuff is because I'm pretty sure most of, well, actually, all of y'all in the woman sector are reaching a lot of women, and that type of stuff could help. That type of information could help. And I was just bringing it up so that you basically a lot of people, the people who are listening or play it back, can look into it because I don't want you to take my word for it. I would like for you to see that that's been the end goal this whole time, even with that BS about those files. I mean, do y'all forget the satanic panic? They had already been exposed, and I promise you, it wasn't celebrities that time. It was the same people that's in office right now, and that's why you won't see what's in those files because it's the same people that's in office right now. And as far as DT go, you shouldn't worry about him being in those files because he was also a victim at one point. Let's not forget who he was up under, and he also cried when his abuser died. But that's what I wanted to say, and
Wait, wait,
hopefully
wait,
we
wait,
do.
wait, 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 wait. DT DT was a victim
Yes.
of who?
Uh,
Who the fuck? Who is DT? I'm lost.
The Orange Man.
Oh, 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 oh. Go ahead. Hold on.
I forget the lawyer's name, but remember when he went broke and he was learning up under that lawyer? They had him dress up as a woman for a party.
What?
DT. Yeah, that picture's circulating. But also, most of his hotels are actually not his. Those are CIA fronts too. So
Wait, wait, wait,
these are
wait, 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 wait. Let's get back to the dress up. The lawyer. What's the lawyer? The lawyer made him
name.
dress up as a woman.
Yeah, it's a picture. He's in a picture doing that. It's on the internet.
Wait, wait.
I
I think
forget
I
the
saw
lawyer's name.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, where they had those parties where they,
Wait.
yeah.
Wait. There, he does have some weird stuff. Was like, is that the same thing where they were showing like the type of pictures that he draws or weird too, or something like
What,
that?
what? The man is a victim, and his abuser actually introduced him because nobody ever asked where the hell did he begin to get the money for those hotels if he went bankrupt the first time. Remember, his dad gave him that money and basically left him to himself. This guy introduced him to the agents that gave him the hotels that are the front for most of that stuff that's dealing with those files.
But he grew up rich though,
Did he?
right? Yeah. I mean, he was like, oh, my father helped me out, or like I had $1 million from my father or something. His family had money.
Only 1 million at this time for all of these hotels
Well,
that should
that
have
was
went
back in the
bankrupt.
day. That was
That
back in the
should have went
day.
bankrupt due to a certain lockdown, right?
Listen, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that you just telling me that he was wearing heels and red lipstick.
Yes, he was.
Yes, yeah. Oh my gosh. That is something. I wish you had the picture.
Sure, hey, no, I don't have it, but I know it's still on Google. But the thing is, like, they got you. They have mostly everybody distracted by these files when it's already been exposed.
Are you
Our
talking about the
parent,
Epstein files?
yeah. Well, I didn't know if those words would get our channel striked or not. That's why I was just
Oh, okay, okay. My bad.
but those files in and of themselves, um, a certain general that later founded a certain temple was the main guy. Even well, I could say his last name, Aquino. He was ID'd, and his victims' parents had to pay him, even after it was proven that he was abusing these kids on a military base. And it's already been proven, basically. There are court cases already out there. It's proven that it's most of the names that's going to be in there. It's already been exposed. It's your government doing it. So it's not even up to, you needing to be distracted or anything by the files because, like I said, if the wolves are voting on if the sheep are going to look at the fowls, it's 8 wolves to 4 sheep. The wolves gonna make sure you never get to see him.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Anything to
Yeah.
add to that, Sammy? It is a huge rabbit hole, Chris. It is a huge rabbit hole. I'm just wondering how did we get here? I
Well, I
thought
was
we,
pointing that out as distractions, and I said to Sammy that it was winding down, and
yeah,
then you had
yeah,
asked me that question.
okay. Yeah, 'cause I was like, yeah, this was Captain Save-A-Ho, and then we kind of went to, it was Captain Save-A-Ho.
And then I was
Uh,
feeding off the comments too.
yeah, yeah, and this was, we were talking about also the Trevor Green situation. Well, I don't know
I,
if he was
oh,
saying
speaking
that,
of which, I
uh-huh.
wanted to tell Sammy that was a. You can be honest. Did you have that already in the chamber?
Oh, I was watching the interview from this morning. I mean, not from this morning that he had yet earlier on another channel. So it was in the back of my mind. And
Oh,
of
she had
course,
on.
I'm
She
always gonna
stepped
have
away.
Black Tea Sector stuff in the chamber. Come on.
No, I'm talking about Sammy because I know because I had to go back and replay it the next day or probably a day after she already had the information,
Yeah,
and that's why I said like, did she already have it? Did she already know? And then it was like,
wait,
boom,
wait. Did who already know or do who already have it? I'm lost.
Sammy.
What
That's why I
thing?
was asking her.
Have
The,
what?
where she
Oh, the
basically
stuff
was like,
about Trevor Green?
yeah,
Oh. Oh, you talking about that part. Oh, that's a
yeah,
Sammy question. That's a
yeah.
Sammy question. Oh my gosh. That is a Sammy question.
I want her to answer that
Sammy,
one.
did you already have that? Did you already have that in the trail? Well, my stance on the whole thing is, right, I don't see how all of that matters to the main thing. What the main thing is, okay, the main thing is he created that channel to troll Jaguar Wright over a lie, right? Or
Right.
basically, or say it's a reminder of a lie, right?
Hmm.
Say it's a reminder of a lie, right? Then somebody show me where the lie was established. Because I haven't seen where that lie was established. And even if it was, the thing you're making now you're making merch out of it. You're making merch out of an assault claim. Okay, now that's a different thing than a normal call out, and that's all I'm saying. Okay, I don't see what all of this stuff about the club and all of that whatever have to do with the name of the channel, which I think is what we should be focusing on. And should we be because someone has a history of lying, which I feel like is a real claim. Of course, this person they don't have any credibility,
Mhm.
Do we just automatically go to that mode? You know, do we just automatically justify it, or do we look at her as less than human, even if it is a lie? You know, I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just a strange thing
I think that was a beautiful business move.
for him to do. It
Yeah,
is because now he's making merch out of it. He has merch now.
bravo to the businessman, and bravo to the response that Sammy gave him. But you can't tell me he didn't capitalize on that.
I mean, of course he capitalized on it. I mean, and she did also, to be fair, she did also. She monetized it. She monetized it by talking about it on her platform. So, I mean, they're both monetizing it. So, I don't know. I'm just wanting to take a middle of the road approach on that situation. I do feel like like if it was a normal person and it wasn't Jaguar right, people would be more outraged about it. But because it's her, you know, people are saying good for her, you know? So I don't know. But anyway, I don't really, that's the
She's
only part.
funny to me too.
She is kind of funny. She does sound like uh,
A
what is,
performer to me. She's a
yeah.
performer to me. Yeah, that's funny.
What else do you think about her?
Who?
Yeah.
My opinion.
Uh-huh.
From what I can, well, actually, from the last live, she has a more sober mind, and I don't want to say that she's trying to rewrite history, but I think she wants to rebrand herself, you know,
Hmm.
and rebranding yourself, that's a lot of work because she has in the sector alone, she has so much many videos out there and a lot of claims, a lot of stories. I mean, we can't disprove her stories. You can compare this story to the last story, but who knows? I mean, I ain't been invited to a Diddy party, so I don't know what she's seen.
Yeah, that's true. And that's true too. Like I haven't seen what she's seen. I haven't seen yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway.
But
But
being
I
that person that has said that type of stuff
uh-huh.
and then trying to rebrand yourself, that's gonna be a big ship to try to turn around.
Right. Right. I don't even know what she's doing. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. And honestly, I mean, do I really care about it? I mean, not really, but I don't know. I'm not that invested, honestly, to tell the truth. But since
Well, I
people
had
are
a
talking
question for
about it,
you, Lucky.
oh my goodness, what is it?
Actually, what do you think about Jaguar?
Ew. Hmm. I haven't watched enough of her. Like, I don't know. I listened to her talk a little bit, and I just hear bullshit.
Is that your gut feeling,
That's my gut feeling.
or
That's
would
it.
you just listen to her for entertainment purposes only?
I don't take anything that she says to heart. Honestly, I don't take anything she
Well,
says to.
I
I don't
always
take.
viewed her as like because we don't have storytellers anymore. And truth be told, she can present herself up under that banner. Oh, you took that serious? I was just coming up under the pretext of this, and I was just introducing these stories.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. She just has that little she just when she starts changing her voice and inflecting and going down, like she's just so theatrical. Like I just can't take her. She start go huh and then oh I can't even imitate her with a straight face. Like I just accept Jag for who she is. I'm not gonna down the lady. I don't know the lady personally, you know, and
I
that's it.
think
She's just
that's
that. I'm not really invested in that. But I like concrete hard facts. I don't really live in the conspiracy world. I'm kind of like more like I gotta see it on paper and stuff like that type of person. So yeah, um,
well. When you say conspiracy, what's that? What do you classify as a conspiracy?
like I feel like she's a conspiracy theorist. Like she's just like pulling stuff out of thin air and you
Well,
know.
that's what I'm saying. It could be just a story, because truth be told, if you're salacious, but you can emotionally pull somebody in, right? That's what the voice inflection.
Yeah,
You can play the algorithms the way she has, and she's been able to eat off that. But
that's true.
if questioned, she can say, "Well, they're just stories. I'm a storyteller. I'm a performer."
Yeah. Yeah, she's a good performer and she's a good talker. She's a good talker and she's a good performer. That's it. That's about it. It's just something to have one in the background.
Well, I think she's entertaining. That much I
Mhm.
will say. Whenever
Yeah,
she do
that's
come
about
around,
Yeah, she is an entertaining character. She is an
when
entertaining character.
Conrad called her the B word,
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it a like I wouldn't disrespect her or anything
you
like
got to
that
listen to
because
that again. She seems so taken aback. You called me a what? Excuse me.
Nah, that's a good one. No, that's a listen. I no no no. That was one of my favorite parts of the live.
And
That part
Conrad
right
said,
there.
I'm just saying it like, I don't mean, don't.
Sammy needs to replay Alea. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. But you know what? I have never agreed with Jaguar Wright wholeheartedly until that night where she said that Conrad was gaslighting. That was like the only time I have ever been on the same page with Jaguar Wright.
Well, I don't know if she was gaslighting.
I
Some
still think
people,
she was
I,
gaslighting. Yes, she was. Because at first she was saying, listen, I'm not gonna, first she was trying to discount the fact that the boy put the little boy's face up there and trolling the boy and talking about
I didn't
getting,
even see that,
yes. It was about Sammy's
because
child.
I do know that Sammy was mad, but I didn't know he had did something to that degree.
Yes. And then Conrad was trying to say that, oh, but you gave it more life by talking about it and da 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 da. And no, it wouldn't have happened if he wasn't in your video. But it's like you show him in your video having fun or going to the fair or like doing a little dance. Like it's not
Well,
that deep. It's not even like he's on here 24/7 every time she's live, like those
just
like a Ruby, what the name, the Ruby Frankie lady. You know what I
well, I'll
mean?
say this. I don't. I think Conrad probably was like, "Well, shoot, since Sammy on, I'm just say this to her." I don't think she meant no harm. She was probably saying, "Well, did you consider this was a possibility?" I think that in the moment she didn't realize that maybe I should just send her a message and say that. because certain things I could say in public to you, and then certain other things I need to say behind closed doors, right?
Mhm.
And I don't think that Conrad was coming at her like that. Was it the wrong time? Yeah, most definitely. But I don't think she was trying to be
She
like,
was trying to say, Conrad was trying to say that she wasn't saying what she was actually saying. Okay, Conrad was saying she was trying. Jaguar was calling Conrad out and saying, like, you gonna say that the man, you gonna say that the man, that the little zoo was justified in doing what he did
who was
to.
that?
Oh
But
my gosh. He's a
I
little
know Conrad
troll.
because I do listen to some. Well, I used to listen
Little
to
Zoo is a little
Trees.
troll, is a little sector troll who was upset at Sammy for whatever reason and used her minor son's picture as his avatar and thumbnail, and and it was not a flattering situation. So Sammy was upset about it and nobody was talking about it. And you know and I felt like uh wait, what happened to Sammy? Is she there?
I think she went to sleep.
Yo.
But I don't know. Maybe. But I don't see that with Conrad. She just seems so chill.
Okay, all right. You need to rewatch that part then.
I will, Lucky,
But
because I got to laugh when she said, "You called me what?"
yeah, but I mean, watch it from the let me see what timestamp it's at so you don't have to. Let me see. I'll put the timestamp under the video of Conrad's part,
Okay.
and then yeah.
Because I don't know. I don't know if she won because she or he, but Conrad
No,
definitely,
she's a she. She's a she. She's a she.
uh,
Hmm.
but she definitely was that the wrong time? Yes, I agree. Blame her, blame her head, not her heart on that one.
Okay. Okay. Sammy, where you at, girl? She don't usually fall asleep on live.
She probably stepped
I think
away.
I think you have a very relaxing voice, Charles. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Well, nah, I don't. It sounds
Mm-hmm.
nasally to me,
Mm.
but I'm about to hop off myself.
All right. Have a good night.
It was nice talking to you again. Like,
Yes, Charles, thank you.
Oh. What? Where you was at?
Who, me?
told you she went to
Do you
sleep.
think do you think that Conrad was gaslighting?
Oh, did that come up and I missed it?
Yeah, oh, we can rehash it.
We no, we could we was about to end it because you gone.
Are you serious, y'all? Okay, my bad. Hi, Swirl Gang. Hey, sis. Hold on, hold on. My
Swear
bad,
gang.
y'all.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Where's the 9 hour live, Sammy? Oh, I see it.
Oh, on my channel.
Yeah, because we was talking about Jaguar Wright's response when you were like when she was like, "Oh, you called me a bitch" to Comrade.
Conrad.
We was laughing at how her voice is, she's just really dramatic.
That lady is an entertainer for real.
That's what I'm saying.
I think she's funny. And then if
Who,
you think,
Jazz, right?
yes, she's always been funny.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Not today.
Swirl gang, what's up, girl?
She in
I
the
haven't seen
building.
Swirl in a long time.
Child.
Where
That's
she
my
been at?
girl.
You know who else is funny to me? I don't care what nobody say. It's not a him
Who?
attacking people, but when he is just talking regularly, when people and y'all keep trying to cut him off, Ben, I'm
Yeah,
gonna just
he's
say one
funny.
more
Yeah.
thing. I'm gonna just give me a second. I just gotta land this plane.
Yeah.
Now, when I was talking about, dang, I can't even remember what I was saying. Go ahead, go ahead. I'm gonna mute up.
And he doesn't listen. He don't listen. He don't listen. But I think I don't know. He don't be you have to say it a few times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but he's funny as hell to me, man.
Ben is hilarious, yo. For real. Shout
He'll
out to him.
ask you a question, then we got another 20-minute interlude with him, and then he'll come back. So you ain't gonna answer it? Forgot this, especially him and Polo. Oh my god, but them two.
Who popped out? Wait, y'all was asking me a question though.
Yes, I had asked you was the information that you came with. You had that one in the book in the chamber, didn't you? You were
um,
waiting.
so not really. I'm gonna say that. When did I get the information that I got? Damn, I don't even know. Y'all leave me alone, y'all. My bad, my bad. Um, listen, I was not planning on going live tonight, y'all. Y'all going in on me. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to think. Put it this way, there were just some people that were, I guess, interested, you know?
Fair enough. I mean, that was I ain't gonna that was really methodical. That's the word, methodical. That was a method to that one.
Oh, wait. Wait a minute. So Jack did
Right.
perform that night. Okay.
So,
Oh, I just I'm
everyone is
okay.
harping on that fact. And of course, they're missing the main point of what I was trying to say and what I guess started all of this. It wasn't about whether she performed there or not, but we were asking for more receipts from him. The additional receipts that had came out came from other people, not from him. This person who, so we were able to determine that yes, um, there was,
They
true
saying
to,
you fell asleep. You fell asleep? Tell the
uh,
truth. Tell the truth. Did you fall asleep on a Friday and woke up on a Saturday? Like what Nathan said. Tell the truth.
Nathan, I dozed off.
Ah, I'm dropping by.
I did. Y'all know,
I'll see you
listen,
later. I'll see
why
you
were
later.
you going?
Cause I was working. working. Me and Charles was
My
working.
bad.
It's cool.
My bad.
Lucky said it was because of my voice.
Yeah. He's like,
My bad. I was just, aw, my
that
bad.
was funny. That was funny, yo.
Oh, thank you, Empress.
It wasn't for that long though. Y'all act like I was out for hours or something.
Now you what? But we gonna hop. I'm gonna hop off too, cause I need to
Yeah,
lay
me
down. I've
too.
been up
Yeah,
since
yeah.
4 this morning.
Let you close it on that, on what you about to say. Okay.
Well,
Good
my
night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Charles, thank you so much for joining
Oh,
the panel.
no
Lucky, of
problem.
course, thank you, Boo. I was just basically saying that it was not about that. We were expecting receipts from him. If you remember, guys, he mentioned that, um her work ethic and how she showed up not ready to perform, but yet the receipts that I posted actually shouted her out for doing a great job for the performance that night. And then we also shared um a video where she had did a feature for a singer in Philly, and she was in the studio recording the hook, and that singer shouted her out and thanked her for doing a great job on the song. So that just kind of like contradicted what he was saying about her, and he just seems like a bitter dude, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird. There's another just strange obsession. He seems bitter, and it's not making any sense why 16 years later you just, and then my thing is like, people are like, oh, well, he's pointing out all of her lies. How, what do you mean pointing out the lies? What, playing the audio and the clips from when she told a story? Like, how are you debunking it and showing the truth? You know what I'm saying? That's just my question. That's what I want to know. Um, but the whole point was just like, again, the T sector has a tendency to, what's the word? Mm. They have a tendency to like really make people bigger than what they should be, if that makes sense, y'all. And this guy was like, you know, I don't know. Let me. Yo, shout out to Charles. Charles is always a great panelist. He always, brings something different to the conversation. Very intelligent brother. Very, very intelligent. So shout out to him. It's always good to have him up here. Um, yep, he claimed she was out of it. Thank you. I did watch the replay. Did say, ooh, and it wasn't about him deleting the channel. Child. like I said, I think, the whole point of the matter. So the thing was, right, I am the one that suggested that he change his channel name simply because he's no longer, trolling. He's now, doing actual content creation. I'm like, why keep that name? Also, the fact that the name is associated to who could potentially be a predator. What if her story is true and, that guy did do something to her? Why would you want to be attached to that? Okay. So, guys, this conversation went somewhere tonight that I was not expecting. So, shout out to you guys for real. Shout out to Empress Queen for her, perspective and adding some intelligence to the conversation, as well as Lucky and Charles. Thank you guys so much. Um, I think people may have misunderstood what this was going to be about. I don't think any of us expected it to take that turn that it did. Um, thank you, Swirl Gang, and that was the original point, and it got the original point of what I was saying got misconstrued, or it got lost in everyone trying to prove the performance thing. Of course, anytime, Charles. Thank you again. But guys, we have been here almost 3 hours, you guys, and we'll get back into it. Y'all know, like, ooh, it's been a great week. It's been a great day, man. What's tomorrow? Saturday. I have a busy day tomorrow, you guys. So, um, but we're gonna do our singles networking live tomorrow night. The whole thing sounded like attention. Ooh, come on, Nathan. You don't got nothing to do with nothing. Very much so. Very much so. I mean, listen, I don't have a problem with the guy. Like I said, I think it's a little weird. Um, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But I want to thank you guys so much. So we'll do our networking tomorrow night. Sunday we're in the kitchen. And then Monday. That's not true. I literally probably fell asleep for like 10 minutes. It was not that long. It wasn't that long. And that's the thing. I don't think we actually proved that he's the actual club owner. I think the guy has, definitely, y'all said an hour. Y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all know I'll be tired. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Um, but I do think that, there's some affiliation to the story. I just don't know, um, you know, I just don't know. Like, we don't know for real. He hasn't confirmed or denied. Not that I know of. I'm not listening. Listen, y'all know I like to what you do. I'm like a little mischievous child, y'all. I done started some shit and then I went off to go play. So I'm not even listening to what niggas is saying. I'm just like, whatever. I said what I said. So, yeah, I just started some shit and then I was like, all right. All right, y'all. Y'all listen. I'm about to go to bed, y'all. I am tired. Sammy says you fall in love and I'll fall asleep. You funny. You funny. Child. Listen. Great minds think alike. I love y'all so much, yo. Don't apologize for being child, right? Period. Period, Judge Shady. That's what I did. I'm done with they ass. Look, I gave the sector something else to focus on, and they still focused on me, child. Go figure, guys. I tried. I tried. I tried. I tried to get them up off of me. I said, here goes somebody else. Child, profiting off lies for a t-shirt. Oh my goodness. No, I was on mute. I made sure before I was like, let me make sure I'm mute. It is late. Thank you guys. Thank you. We had a good time, you guys. Make sure you stay tuned for the other shows we have scheduled, y'all. I'm about to wrap it up. I'm really tired. I'm ready to go now. So all right, y'all. Thank you. Make sure you like the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Shout out to Charles and Lucky. And you guys have been watching Just Call Me Sammy. Make sure you are subscribed to the channels. Shout out to Ben. Great show today. And y'all make sure y'all go catch that replay. And yay. All right, Judge. You won it with me. Y'all make sure y'all go cop your t-shirts at qualityqueentv.com. And all right, y'all. I love you guys. Have a great night. Sleep well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Thank you, Nathan. Good night, y'all. Bye.